Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Game Over Cancer. My name is still Bill, and I am still doing it. We are getting ready to get into Mega Man 5 with Nooblar. Just before we started, I did want to say thank you to Sebler for the $20 donation, saying GG's Apt. We did just have a great Mega Man X run by Apt America, and now we're going to move into Mega Man 5, Buster only, with Nooblar and Mannix. You guys would like to take it away?
Yep. Good afternoon, morning, evening, or whatever. I'm Nooblar and I'm going to be running Mega Man 5 Buster only. So right here, just with commentary is Mannix. So yeah.
Are you guys saying Mega Man 5? I'm pretty sure it's Mega Man V here. Come on.
Mega Man D.
I
the
don't
Game Boy
understand
version.
letters.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, what you didn't see already is Noobler already cheated. So when you start this game, normally there's a little Dr. Wily cutscene and you skip it and then you go into stage select. But after you soft reset, you don't have to watch it.
Dr.
So we save
Wily.
about 2 seconds. Yeah.
Oh my
Did I
god.
say that? Dr. Light.
Where's Dr.
Whatever.
Wily?
They're all doctors anyway. Noobler, are you ready?
Yeah, we're ready. So you can start the timer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Alright, so quick plot. We're fighting Star Droids now because Wily probably realized that, hey, we need to do something against that Buster. And he got some super strong Star Droids, so we're going to start with Neptune. And one thing we'll start is charging our arm. Okay. So if you haven't played this game before, Mega Man's been equipped with a weapon to deal with Star Droids now. It's called the Mega Arm. So instead of shooting your typical charged Buster, you'll basically throw out your fist.
Ooh,
And
wow.
it actually comes back and it hits while coming back, which is pretty cool, really, honestly. When you first
Okay,
play it,
that's
it's
back up.
weird at first, but after that, I think one of the most fun basic weapons of a Mega Man game, I would say.
Oh, nice. Nice jump getting eaten. Very good demonstration there.
So one, yeah. So one of the first things you might have noticed is how good and good looking this is for a Game Boy game. Like you'd be like, this is a Game Boy game? What? Yeah. So this game was part of the project of the Super Enhanced games. Noobler is playing on Game Boy Color right now, but you can play this on Super Game Boy and have some really nice colors. But there's some menuing time saves on this version, so Noobler likes to save every frame possible. So the reason why we start with this stage is, well, we can start whichever we want on Buster only, but this is the one we start with on any percent, and Noobler's just going with comfort. No pipe jump. You can
No pipe
actually
jump.
jump 2 frames out of that slide directly on the ladder, but
Yeah, sadly, 2-frame jumps are impossible for me. And also, I start with Neptune, since this stage just gives me nightmares doing my grind for Buster only before.
yeah.
And it's kind of muscle memory at this point, since I've been grinding any percent as well recently. So why the hell not?
Yeah, if you're not familiar with Game Boy Mega Man, what you'll notice is much like other Game Boy games. While everything looks similar, everything looks so much bigger or more zoomed, I would say. So a lot of things appear a lot quicker directly on you. It feels like you have less room to fight. Your health bar has less ticks. But this game decided that the enemies could still do a ton of damage. Coming to the first boss here, we're going to start our first instance of what we call half charges, or your green lemons if you're a Mega Man X player. So
Okay,
half charges
yeah,
do
everything.
2 damage in this game, and depending on the situation, it's actually faster to do several half charges. This boss is kind of weird. If you stand too far from him, he'll start shaking the screen and create like the ultimate lag experience.
Yep, something we don't want to do in the original, since it lags so much that it wastes so much time. In the DX version though, it kinda got removed, so that's a really good option to DPS him properly.
So So you're gonna see some really cool weapons, but we're not allowed to use any.
Yeah, you only see it in the demo. We do see one weapon usage here somewhere though. So pretty much a force use.
They have some great names though.
Yeah, they have some great names. Technological
Now we're going to
advance.
Mercury. Yeah. Mercury is one of the shorter stages, but I think it's one of the most fun stages, Buster only, and it also has one of the best songs in the game, in my opinion.
I love this. I love the jams in this game overall.
And you'll sometimes see Noobler like jump to kill enemies, and you're like, why didn't he just slide under him? Well, this game is really good at lagging, and sometimes killing an enemy or taking something off the screen is actually recommended and faster than just barreling through it. So damage boost, knowing when to damage boost and when to clear some enemies off the screen is actually one of the skills you learn while playing this game.
Oh god.
Here we have the new boost, which is new. I'm gonna try. So it's named after our very own Noobler.
Oh my god, that was too close for
Basically,
comfort.
yeah. Basically, when you kill that enemy, he drops a little wheel, and if you use the little wheel and damage yourself off the side of the screen, you can actually slide through the next big enemy that's in your way in the next screen, and save a full cycle of the balls coming up and down. So good job there. And you beat the barrel, good job. I'm gonna take a knee tank here. It's safety, but sometimes it feels like it's almost mandatory. Here we have some instances of the Mega Arm and how it can react. Let's see if you get the hardest one.
Shoutouts to Nescape for the E-Tank, by the way. When I was starting grinding this game, I didn't get an E-Tank and I had to rely on Eddie. It's just a really horrible strat overall.
This is Mercury, so every time you hit him, depending on if he has even or odd health, he'll do a fast transition or a short transition. I'm kind of happy you got hit there. So one of the properties of the Mercury's Grab Buster is basically you can steal items from you, and that's not excluding E-tanks and W-tanks and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're still on the right pattern, but yeah, you want to get as many small transitions as possible using either full charges or half charges.
Got the pattern right.
And you want to finish through the center because it's Mega Man.
We're approaching our most favorite stage for Mega Man 5 runners. Oh,
The laggiest one or
the laggiest one, yeah. So laggy that it has its own theme song among the runners.
You know what lag means? Lag means that we might have a bit of extra time. So, Bill, do we got anything to read?
Yeah, it's a good donation time since there's not much going on in first parts of the stage.
Thank you, guys. I do just want to remind everybody what we're here doing today. All of your donations and everything is going towards the Canadian Cancer Society. This has been a marathon that I run passionately for every year, and I know many of our runners are very passionate about it as well. So please, let's keep those donations coming in. And let's try to say game over to cancer.
But let's not say game over to Noobler, because that's not fun.
Absolutely not. Noobler, keep kicking butt.
Alright, this is one of my favorite online marathons. I'm happy to be here right now. This stage, we call it the lag stage for a reason. There's a lot of enemies that just like creating lag, and these, like we call them monkeys, but they're probably gorillas that like to like do everything speedrunners hate, like just stalling you. This stage is really tight in movement. If you miss it, you sort of have to wait for little cycles, so they're like a few seconds time. And this is what futuristic space gumball machines look like in my book. There we go.
Let's see if we can get the super quick kill on this guy.
There's these little enemies that look like like lotto roulettes.
Oh, that's close.
But if you get close, as soon as you scroll them on the screen, they do this little spin, and they're invulnerable during that spin. Coming up is a little neat boost called Tremaine Boost. So similar to the previous stage with the wheel, Noobler's gonna try to jump over an enemy and get hit just as he's falling into the next screen to skip a bunch of lag.
I'm sorry, Jermaine.
Yeah, shouts to Tremaine, which is the grandfather of Game Boy Mega Man.
Also one of the more prominent pass runners of this game.
Yep. More gumballs.
Okay,
I
that's
was hoping for a red one, but it's only monochrome gumballs. Alright, appearing to the last stretch of the game.
Nice.
Not the game, but the stage. Kind of a scary part in the sense that it's hard to go fast.
Nice combo there.
Alright, we're headed into Mars. Mars likes to not move that much, and he'll throw some missiles and some weapons. We can break some of them, but generally you just jump over the missiles.
I missed the quick kill.
You can see another good example of half charges here. Usually it's against bosses that we use that strat.
Mhm.
And just like that, you're done the lag stage. But you're not done with the lag enemies.
Oh. Speaking of lag enemies, we're about to approach some of them in the next stage.
Should we call them enemies?
Enemies. Oh my god.
I don't know about you guys, but bees in video games are always annoying. Anything that flies.
Anything
birds,
that flies.
bees.
Anything that flies in NES games, or any retro game, anything that flies is a nightmare.
So the reason why the bees are, I'm gonna pray that you don't get hit, but if you do, it'll be cool to showcase it. The game wanted to create an illusion that you're poisoned when you get hit by a bee. But by doing that, what they did is like making the screen flash constantly and like creating natural lag to make it feel like you're really slow.
Keep messing this
You
jump
didn't
up.
get hit.
Didn't get hit, but I messed up the jump. So, whoa,
It's
missed
even.
that too.
We got some crabs here that throw some bubbles. Ideally, you want to jump over them. There are some waterfall cycles that Noobler will try to meet here.
You made it.
You can jump through the waterfalls, but they drag you down, so you don't have as much range.
Man, that screen is so scary.
You got this, don't worry. All this time you're like, I'm so scared. You're watching the world record holder. Don't worry about it. This is how it's done. These owls, they either push air towards you or pull you to them, which makes kind of a cool strat because you can do like a full charge into a half charge while he's pulling you towards it. Coming up are the bubble screens. So depending on if you're standing on a large bubble or a small bubble, you can get a short jump or a long jump. And the big one actually makes you go higher, but you get an extra bounce when you land. Just to Mr. Cab, who loves the stage, and the next bubble room, he calls it the worst room of the game.
Yeah, I had to
It
grab
really
that small
isn't, but
I had to grab that small E-tank because Mercury stole one of mine.
yep. So you can actually get quarter E-tanks. So if you have 4 of them, you'll actually get a full one. I think it's 4. It's either 4 or 6.
Yeah, you only need 4 to create one full E-tank.
Yeah.
And fun fact, you can buy them from Dr. Scammer, but it costs 20. Meanwhile, a full E-tank costs like 60. Talk about a scam right there. Oof,
Yeah.
almost.
Times are hard, not for video game characters too, not just us.
Cool.
Alright, just like that, all the whistling is about to end. Pretty neat song. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's pretty unique. The whole soundtrack is pretty solid. Here's Venus. Venus kind of looks like a Toadman version of this game. He'll drop explosive bubbles. The cool thing about this fight is it actually creates lag to leave the bubbles on the screen. So the first bubble there you saw Noobler intentionally jump into it. Because when there's 2 on the screen, then we lose like 30 FPS.
The bubble lag.
I wish I was exaggerating.
Nope. That's how terrible the lag can be in this game. And yet we get another
Right.
weapon.
The weapon names in this game are great. Some of the ones some might say they're inappropriate.
True.
Yeah.
One of them in particular
Alright.
stands.
Yep. And the password, did you note it? It was
So right
It's a
now,
nice little cutscene.
cutscene percent.
This is not-
with Mega Man invading a Crayola factory, that's what I call it.
Yeah, Noobler never played this game, so he didn't know he needed to charge his arm to break the door.
Oh man.
Doesn't even know how to slide. Coming up is what you guys might want to call Easy Devil, but in this game it's actually called Dark Moon. So it's that typical boss that likes to split from left to right, and you want to attack him in the eyes. He's notorious for being almost impossible to one cycle in any percent. In Buster Only, we want to 2 cycle him, which is very doable. It's not. Each cycle is about 21 seconds. And this is Terra. Terra needs a haircut.
Yeah, he's just cosplaying as a Saint Seiya character, I guess. Even in the cutscene, he looks like a anime character. It's just kinda cool.
So here he comes, and then you want to do some first shots. He shoots some little pellets. That's good. So Noobler took some damage there, but at least he got his shots in. That's what's important.
Though I kinda messed up a bit since I missed a small charge, so I have to make it up with this second cycle. Oh man. Whoops. 20 seconds.
"20 seconds.
Yeah, plus 20
The time to ask Bill if we have anything in the donation bar.
Sure.
And he's done.
Done.
He is sort of melting away. He's probably going into the next video game. Alright, and there's Dr. Scammer.
Dr.
The
Scammer.
cool thing about text here is you can actually text mash using all directions of your D-pad, so you can do like fast circles with your D-pad.
Good cancel dialogue there.
And now we're done the first droids. Now we're going on the best character in the game, Rush.
First time Dr. Light invents space travel. Using Rush.
It looks like GG, so I'm gonna put a Rush GG in the chat.
Oh, here we
We're
go.
probably going on vacation, right?
Vacation
Where
on
can
the
we
way
go
to
for vacation?
PTSD. Oh,
How about Pluto? I've never been to Pluto. We could go on a Pluto vacation. I'm just gonna not say anything about this stage that's nice. This stage is terrible. It's okay. I'll say something nice. This stage has low gravity, so it is unique in itself. But these enemies are invulnerable whenever they do the little shock thing. So Noobler's gonna kill one off screen like that. That was really neat. You only have a few, like 1 or 2 pixel window to allow him to do that. The stage mainly consists of watching a lot of hazards, taking some damage boosts, and watching your health, because some of these enemies, like that little ball you just killed, can do a lot of damage. The enemies that look the most innocent in the Zuda game are the ones that are the most dangerous. The old hammer guy you want to watch out.
Oh shit. Classic jump turning into a slide.
It's okay. Remember when I said if you do one mistake, you'll be fine?
True.
The good news is you don't have to worry about weapon ammo. Low gravity but maximum lag equals fun. This chat's got it.
Yeah, this stage is pretty notorious for ending runs. That's why we often call it the PTSD stage. Because there's so many things going on, like low gravity, and later on we'll see some ice physics as well. I don't have the refill though. Kinda bad.
Alexis is upset that you're not gonna show him any weapons, but he's wrong. We might show you one weapon.
Ah, missed it again. Oh well.
Yeah, this jump is okay to take safe. Like, it's really hard to... You have to take a really specific damage boost. Now you pass the checkpoint, so you can breathe a little bit.
So since I lost the health drop, I'm going to do a safety strat here. And try to not get hit by anything. Let's go.
Normally at 90% we have the break dash, which is broken, that lets you like be invulnerable and just get past all this stuff, but
Next skill.
Noobler decided to make this game hard for himself and going the old bust. This busted makes me feel good.
Okay, got the quick throw. Nice.
Alright, coming up is Venus. He'll sort of fly in the air and throw some bubbles down. And kind of a long fight because we can't hit him in the air. And the ground is actually ice, so it is slippery. So we don't have a... Basically, we only have time to do a full charge and a buster per cycle. Maybe a half charge might be possible with the exact timing.
Yeah, I think we can reserve that for tasks only, you know.
Jermaine.
Go Tremaine. We're counting on you.
Good job. I think you did it in the few cycles.
Yep. Got the pretty much the quick kill on Jupiter there.
Alright. I feel like not talking for the next 2 minutes because the next song is a good alert song.
Yeah, I'm thinking where to go next though. Do we go for the furry song or the black hole song?
You mean like Black Hole Sun?
Yeah, we'll go to the black hole first. So we can get to the favorite stage sooner.
At least it's a good song too.
Yeah. Shout
We're
out to Shadow.
going to Saturn.
Shout out to Shadow. He really likes this song.
He's stuck in Ringman's weapon. But here we go. So this stage was actually recently discovered that it's actually almost just as fast to do it on Buster only than to do it with what we would normally do on any percent. So it might actually open up some new strategies for any percent. But in the meantime, the stage has either high gravity or low gravity, as you can see from these arrows. And ultimate lag, if you've never seen it, it's about to start. Oh!
Yeah, I'm just gonna let him Just gonna let him pass by.
Yeah.
I had half
Fortunately, you
the
can't do anything about that one.
I had half the mind to try to jump it off. Small drop. Okay.
Stage actually feels really good when it goes smoothly though, the changing gravity and everything. You have
Stand
to
by
adjust
it.
with your jump. So Eddie can drop anything, but just health is nice in bus rolling. And they're like, oh, let's put this spring guy that we've seen at the beginning of the stage. Watch out for the Doom jump. Oh, the Doom slide. Okay, you're good. We got one more lag for him.
Jump. Yeah, just taking it safe there.
Just like that, we're heading into Saturn. Saturn has a really cool thing. I don't know if you're going to show it off for fun. But he actually has a move where he creates a portal with his Saturn ring.
Told me.
And you... Yeah, he did the flash. But when he does his little portal, if you do a full charge into it, he actually steals your arm. And look at Big Man's arm! Oh, it's gone! So cool.
My arm. Give it back my arm.
Just like that, we're 6 out of 8 done. 6-star droids.
Next stage is everyone's favorite, especially on my streams.
So Flashbit stage. Cut time resets.
Cut man resets. Oh no. Yeah, we also get Rush Jet on Saturn, which we don't use anywhere, even on any person. Unless you're doing some special shortcut, then Rush Jet is a good option.
Uranus is a really cool stage, especially the music. It's not my favorite song, but I find it's the song that's most fitting to the stage.
True.
Those seals, though, I'm not really sure why they're there. It's like, hey, we have a seal that we haven't used yet. Should we put it in this stage? Sure, why not?
Shout out to the derpy snake on the head. Funny enough, that derpy snake on the mini boss, I only noticed it after playing the DX version, because it totally stands out.
Some of the things you'll see in this stage is these platforms that travel from left to right. There's a few screens of that. We also have many of these birds. And we also have some eddies, but we don't care about that. And some of these enemies take so much health. Like, I think that seal has like 10 health or something.
Yeah, that's why we just damage boost to them.
Just like that. This screen's interesting. The bird at the top left shoots a pellet that you can go really fast, and it's like a little race, but that didn't happen.
May have panicked a little there. Thankfully it didn't fall down.
Those are cool strats too, like when you're one tile away from another one, even though it's a one tile pit, you can actually slide over it. And one cool thing, maybe mechanic-wise, that doesn't look like it is, in this game you can actually slide cancel by pressing up, which I think is a fantastic feature.
Yeah, just take it safe.
The screen is I was gonna say, yeah, this screen is deceptively difficult. It's just two birds in the platform.
Okay, don't forget to not charge.
So one particular thing about the Uranus boss is no matter what you do to him, except the charge, he'll just take 1 damage. So we're just gonna try to shoot as many buster shots. So when he stomps the ground, he makes blocks appears that can kill you in one shot. Really good fight. That was, if that wasn't perfect, that was close.
Yeah, that was the perfect fight there.
I don't think you missed a single shot. Good job. You're a pro.
And that's
What
match.
I did there.
That match. Oh, yeah.
Cool. I'm not gonna talk much because the next song is probably the best. But somebody who can talk is Bill. Bill, got anything on the board for us?
Just a reminder on some incentives we have coming up. Our next incentive is for later on today for the Love 123 run. It's a category bid war between Remastered 100% and Classic 100%. Currently, Remastered 100% is in the lead at $20. Classic 100% not too far behind at $5. So if you would like to donate and have your donation go towards one of those incentives, make sure to leave it in your donation note. Nooblar, you're doing fantastic. I am absolutely mesmerized by the run. Absolutely killing it.
He is. This game is deceptively difficult, and like I said, your health bar, you feel like, where's my other 8 health that I'm used to having that we don't? These little mini bosses die in 2 full charges and 2 half charges, so you want to 2-cycle them. It's not like pixel perfect, but it's tight enough. Good job. And those little shield enemies, they look so innocent, but it's actually the enemy that does the most damage in the game. Including all bosses.
True. They're the real boss in this stage, to be honest.
Yeah, it does 8 damage if you touch them.
Like that.
So a couple things about this stage is the music's awesome. There's the falling girders are probably the gimmick of this stage.
Ah, yeah, that. Oh,
So you missed the girder bullet and you see one hit and look at how much health this guy. He's like, I'm just walking around. You can actually get hit by the falling girder and avoid that hit. Alright. We'll have one more of these little drill enemies. Same exact thing, no different than the first one. Do you like whistling, Noobler?
no, I'm not good at whistling because of my tongue. But
But you play Venus so much, you should be whistling all the time.
oh, I got scammed a bit. Oh wait, that's fine. The knee tank. Can work
So,
with that.
yeah. Proto can give you random items, which, including an S tank, which reveals everything you have, and that's really good in the any percent. But on Buster only, we actually want the things that either just heals you or that does nothing, because they don't take a lot of time.
Good fight.
This is Pluto. Fight is scripted. The only part you didn't do right is you didn't use Rush Coil to finish the fight.
We can't use any rush coils happening.
I beg to differ, and we're gonna find out soon.
Alright. Force usage. No. My Buster only run. Kappa.
Have you ever wished you were Rush Marine, Rush Jet, and Rush... Well, okay, yeah, Rush Marine and Rush Jet at the same time.
Sounds like a fun idea.
Yeah. And you would be launched into space and try to save the world. I feel like I'm spoiling the plot here. But first...
We get our salty
right.
run back. We get our salty run back with this guy.
This might be arguably the simplest fight at the glance, but it's probably the hardest fight to optimize besides Dark Moon.
Cool.
And it's a lag fest. So, Terra can throw either beams or grab rocks, or we grab rocks, or you can throw these little try things that create a lot of lag and freezes you. One particular thing too is if you go on his half of the screen, he'll teleport to the other side and just waste side. So that's why Noobler is staying far back. That was actually a pretty good fight. Good job on that.
Yeah,
No
that's
more
the first
haircuts
time.
required.
That's the first time I attempted that final shot, going to the center. So I'm glad it worked out a bit.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. You got this. We've been telling you. Don't stop believing. This weapon is pretty cool. It's like a spark chaser. It actually aims on enemies. Unfortunately, even at any percent, it's not a great weapon because it creates an enormous amount of lag. Which is a... What is this? Did you go see like an air balloon show?
What's this? I thought that we were over already because it's the star droids, but look who it is.
What? Is it really him? Is it him for another video game?
Oh no. Him again.
It was Wily all along. I do like these perspective things on Game Boy though.
True. It blew me away when I was a kid playing this game. Like, holy shit, what nice visuals, man.
This is Ahmad's favorite stage because we know he loves auto-scrollers.
True. The biggest
The music is actually quite enjoyable here. So this is the rushed coiled jet space shenanigans. So Noobler's gonna have to dodge some asteroids. He's gonna have to kill these space mets. So have you ever seen space mets? Now's your chance. So we can charge, we can shoot, we can also boost to do short dashes. So the way these spawns is pretty random, and they take a full charge and a buster shot to kill.
And that paid off.
No, they're not being nice already. Oh, you got a double shot there. So if you kill one and there's one that happens to be behind, the bullet will continue. Apparently the task knows how to shoot an enemy like on the wrong side of the screen, but never figured it out RT. Alright, so now we're done, right? Oh, nope. Looks like we gotta dodge these beams. These are scripted. Which I'm glad because they're quite large.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to dodge them on the reaction. Also, one thing to notice, I'm trying my best to not get damaged as much as possible because my health from this stage carries over to the next. And I need all the health I can get later on. But we have an E-tank though, so it's okay as well.
So the Wily station here, you can only hurt after the beam has come out and disappears from the mouth area. And somehow the TAS is able to get 2 full charge shots in there and save the cycle, but we're not TAS.
Yep, the best I can do is 2 charge shots and it's almost frame perfect at that point. Because of the way Rush charges his shots, it's a lot slower than our fists, so it's a lot harder to time.
And you want to line up in the middle as close as possible. Just like that, we're already in the Wily station, which is like the final stage. But it's a pretty long one, so we still have lots of game.
Oh man, missed both quick
You
kill.
went for the slide. Yeah, you can actually slide under that wheel, which is interesting. So most players go up, and you're going to see an interesting strat here. Noobler's going to actually have to go down, and we do require, because this is busted, you're only possible to damage yourself through those spikes intentionally. And looks like you have just enough health to do it. because you used an E-tank. There we go. And you got an idea of what the lag is created by those little bees. Alright, so now we finally get to go to the other side. So the way this stage works is every little segment we're gonna meet a boss, one of the Mega Man killers. So if you're familiar with the Game Boy series in general, it will meet all the Mega Man killers, starting with Anchor, which is from Dr. Wise's Revenge. The Anchor will absorb attacks, and the more attacks you do, the larger his sword beam attack becomes. But we don't care about too much of that. Nice fight. Ooh.
Shoutouts to Tremaine in his task video for that kill.
And shoutouts to Mega Man. It's not a Mega Man game without some blind drops.
Ah, 2 out of 3. That's fine.
Yeah, so it's actually faster to give it a bit of a stop there and save some health too. This is Mega Man from the future. This is... wow, I forgot his name already. Help me out here. Pogo Man.
Mega Man from the future, but he has a pogo stick as his weapon. Technological advancement.
I'm forgetting his name right now. Oh, whatever. Not important. We're gonna come to Punk here in a second. And you want to jump at the enemy, because if not, you get frozen and you drop. This is the only time that you'll see a weapon, so Alexis, I hope you enjoy.
Scary lag.
Yeah, the Sekugarne is the Pogo. I just don't know why the name of the actual character isn't coming to mind right now. Simple name.
Ah, missed it.
Alright, this is Punk from Mega Man I. Punk can be a little difficult, but because he does a lot of damage. But if you get hit by his actual weapon instead of bumping into him, it's not as bad. We have one more. Which one could it be? I think it's Cell, right? From DBZ.
Oh god.
It's Imperfect Cell. There we go.
Ah, I missed the
Admit
jump.
it, right? You can't unsee it though. This is Ballade or Ballad. I'm not trying to say it. I say Ballade. Some people say Ballad.
Yeah, to be honest, I have no idea of the actual pronunciation either. So I just go with Ballade or something. Based on the spelling of the name, at least.
But it was a nice ballad in the park.
Okay,
And just
I
like
actually
that.
like that one.
Yeah, exactly. I worked really hard at that 3 seconds that I thought about it. We're heading to refights. Since it is Buster only, all the refights are exactly the same. The one that Noobler needs to be careful with is the Mercury fight, because he can steal like his E-Tank. But yeah, other than that, I think it would be a good time to check in one last time on donations or things to plug.
I apparently could not unmute my headset. Thank you. But yeah, still just plugging along here. Wanted to remind everybody, we are here supporting the Canadian Cancer Society today. 100% of donations are going towards the Canadian Cancer Society. We've got some great donation incentives as well. We still have the Love 123 category bid war coming up later today. We have Lufia and the Fortress of Doom hero name bid war for tomorrow. And we also have tomorrow the Blaster Master 0 category bid war. all of those are coming up here in the next couple of days. So if there are any of those incentives you would like to donate to, please make sure to include that in your donation.
I wonder who runs that loot picking. I'm super interested in that run.
Yeah, I heard there's still complete chat.
I have not heard of it, but just on name alone, I'm intrigued.
I was just pulling around because I'm the one that's going to be running.
Are you? Oh man, well now I
Yeah.
feel like I'm just the worst host.
It's okay. But on that day, yeah, definitely show up. It'll be fun. It'll be a little long, so it'll be different than watching a Mega Man, but definitely tune in. If you're an RPG lover, you'll love it. But in the meantime, we're still dealing with lag. But Noobler is a champ. So the only thing that's different about the boss fights for Noobler is the grounds are consistent, so it's not necessarily... You spawn differently in the room sometimes, so you're like a few pixels off, but that's about it.
Good fight.
This freeze is actually faster. I know that the portal looks less dangerous, but I think in Buster Only you want Saturn to freeze you.
Yep, and also
At the right point.
the black hole also has an RNG factor to it on how long he actually tries to pull you in. So okay. Messed up a bit, but still got it.
So what I would say is if you're watching this game and you're enjoying it, maybe if you like relatively glitchless speedruns, I think this one is probably one of the best out there. It is probably in my top 3 of speedruns I've done all time, and I've done a fair bit of different stuff. And even any percent is great. Like it might be like one of the few Mega Man games where you use like everything in your arsenal. Like every weapon is good at some point.
Sure. That's what
We got
makes
one last
the
dude.
90%. That's what makes the 90% run of this really enjoyable, since there's so many strats that you can use. Since you use almost all of the weapons.
But for today, we're putting enemies out of harm's way, if you know what I mean. Oh man, that was bad. Alright, good job on the refights. Looks like you're coming out just on the 46:30 mark. I know you didn't want to know your time, but you're doing just fine.
Perfect time to remind me too, because this is one of the most impossible fast kills.
Oh, you mean like killing Proto?
Killing 2 fists with 1 stone, I mean, what?
One arm.
Also, one last time to whistle and get scammed.
We're coming up to a 3-part Wily machine, because Mega Man likes to give you multiple machine parts. 2 wasn't enough. First part is the arms, so we're first going to fight the right arm. There's not too much to it. There's a few things to know though, is the fist does chase you, so Noobler's going to intentionally make it fall where he wants it and do some half charges while the eyes open on the arm. What is important is where the arm dies, because it slowly carries away off the screen before the next one comes up. Noobler's going to kill it on the right as much as possible. There we go, that's good.
Got the first one. Pretty clean. Also, shoutouts to Demoland for the arms.
Can't remember who, but somebody definitely has those arms as emotes.
Yep.
We're doing the left arm, which would be... It looks almost the same, but he's going to throw a little missile out when he lands, which changes the complexity of the fight. And normally he does like a little pinching animation and chases you. But if you actually just go on the other side of him, it just disappears. Noobler's cheating the island. One more cycle.
Nice.
And same thing. There we go. That was a good fight. I don't think you did any Buster only mishaps.
Yep. That's probably the optimal kill for those two fists. Thankfully, I didn't miss any cycle.
Yeah. And same thing. You want to fish on the right because we're gonna walk off the screen to the right into the phase 2. So normally you do a really cool strat here. You could actually skip this boss, or you can kill him really fast and it skips the next one, I should say. But we gotta fight him with the Goro arm, so Wily's gonna throw these little gravity enemies that you want to kill to not get dragged up to the spikes. And other than that, there's little bombs with timers on, so you want to push them against the machine so that they blow onto him once the timer goes out. So there's some 1 second, there's some 3 seconds, and there's either a 5 or a 7. There's a small optimization there. Noobler is jumping into the gravity. There's your good old 7. The patterns of the bombs are consistent, so it's not like anything too difficult to deal with. Alright, and that should be the last hit. Boom. Okay, now we're going to Noobler's favorite boss, which is the phase 3 of the machine. So the wall drops down to half, and you have to jump and hit the capsule area, the glass area, but the problem is those spikes are just in the way. Fortunately, they're not one-shot spikes. They actually don't do a lot of damage. I want to see if you get the real strat, though, the ending strat. I like how you intentionally stop just to stand on the capsules.
Yeah, I gotta assert dominance against Wily.
Good job. Ever stood on the Wily capsule before? Well, now you can. Just like that, we're coming into the final boss. Which you'd think would be Wily, but this kid decided to do differently. So Wily's been creating this ancient weapon that is everything that should be immune to Mega Man, basically. It's basically built to kill Mega Man. Called Sunstar. And the weird thing about Sunstar, though, is that not even Wily can control him. So he's gonna go, boom. I do my own decisions. This particular thing about this boss is no matter what you hit him with, it does 1 damage. Normally we'd use the break dash for invulnerability, but we don't have that. But the fight is like 90% the same with Buster. So. Aside from the charge shot in the beginning, just so your bullet travels faster, the fight is gonna be all lemons, I think. Here we go, Sunstar. And the music's awesome. And get ready on time. Time is on the last hit. Which is like in the 3rd, when the ground breaks to the 3rd floor. So after he reaches a certain enemy threshold, he throws fire so that we can go to the next phase. This is the 2nd phase. Throws Kamehamehas or Tigers. Alright, here's the last phase. Gonna go into a little ball and do an invulnerability spin attack. And when he jumps to the side of the screen, we actually want to hit him down, otherwise he does...
Fine.
There we go, GG. 52-53. That's
It's a really good time.
That's like 40 seconds from your PB, right?
Yeah.
Listen a minute. You got a what, a 52-10?
Okay.
Yeah, you had a death too in that, so it was, the run was really good. Besides, a few little things, but it's a marathon, so
Yep, the only...
Remember when we said we weren't sure if you were gonna meet your estimate?
I know, right? I was so nervous about my estimates because of my PB is around 50 to 30-ish. So I have like 2.5 minutes of leeway for my estimate, and each death is like 20 seconds at the minimum. So really happy with this one.
Exactly.
Now we get the
So
escape
as usual,
sequence.
Yeah, as usual, Mega Man can't escape on his own, so we need to blow up somebody. Normally it's 0, but you know, this time it was Valid, if I remember.
Yeah, and Mega Man 4
Yeah.
Ballet destroyed this fortress, and this one, Sunstar's fusion reactor overloaded, so we couldn't save him, and now he explodes along with the Wily Fortress. And kaboom!
So while we get to the end credits here, thanks for having me, Noobler. Do you have any shoutouts?
Shoutouts to the Bustin crew, you know who you guys are, and also the Team Salami for pretty much convincing me to try to run in a marathon. So it's a blessing and a curse, I guess. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone who convinced me to run, and also thank you for Strizer's crew and Game Over Cancer for having me. Since this is my first marathon, so I was a bit nervous about this one, but thank you so much. Also, thank you also to Manix for volunteering to commentate.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Cool. I'm gonna give it back to Bill while we enjoy Mega Man's best beard you've ever seen.
That is quite the beautiful Mega Beard. Noobler, thank you so much for the run. It was an incredible ride to come on. Manix, thank you for covering commentary for us.
Yeah,
Guys, that wraps up Mega Man 5. And if you love Mega Man, are you in the right place? So we've still got 2 more Mega Man runs coming up here today. Next up, we've got Mega Man 3 Any Percent by Mellow Flows. Sit tight. We'll be back here in just a few minutes for some more great Mega Man action.